Good morning. It's Saturday morning, and well, I got to do something. So I didn't know if I mentioned it yesterday. Not working and being on a routine is really kind of it's screwing with me a little bit. And I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. Maybe I can think of something as I'm driving. I'm thinking about maybe putting the other camera on the front of the truck. Okay, guys, the DJI mic is not trying. Well, the battery went dead in it. One thing about the mic, you got to really watch what you're doing. I lost a lot of footage yesterday because I turned the camera on outside the truck, and when I brought the blower, when I went and paid for the fix on the blower, and I was putting the blower in the rack at the dealer, I got a 5 or 6 minute clip there that I lost. I have no audio because the microphone turned on when I turned the camera on. You got to watch that kind of thing, man. So the microphone stayed on, all the way until the battery dead in it. So yeah, so I'm gonna go the scenic route and ride by the HOA again. I want to check everything, and I tell y'all what, man, it's taking everything. It's taking all my willpower not to just go buy 10 or 15 bags of concrete and pour up against that slab. I got good news. I got a guy that I'm gonna bring on part-time to kind of just help me out, because there's a lot of unknowns in having Cam out here. He doesn't know a lot, and I'm way behind, and I'm not sure exactly what Justin or how available he's going to be. It really hasn't made it clear exactly what he's trying to do, and yeah, so I gotta have somebody that's consistent, man, that a part-timer that ain't, that's just trying. He's got a regular job and everything. What was that? I wonder, what the hell was that? Anyway, so yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna bring him out here tomorrow, and we're gonna try to do some of the bigger stuff that I got to cut. The 71 acres over there, we'll probably start on that. But I gotta have somebody consistent out here, and not somebody that's, that ain't ready. This guy right here that I'm gonna bring out here, he moved down here from New York, and he's training to be a pilot, gonna become a pilot trainer or something. He just wants to get out some, he said he had his own lawn care gig up in New York for 6 or 7 years, I don't know if he ever did it full time, but yeah, man, I'm down. I need to try. I need to give somebody else a shot, man. So, I can't be right now with the weather like it is. He couldn't have. And I've been talking to him for over a week, but I'm gonna bring him on out here, and he can work, 2 or 3 days a week, right? And it's not a career move for him or anything like that. He's just trying to make a little extra money, and he said he likes cutting grass, So, I do like the concept of a guy out here that is not totally dependent on the money making out here to feed their family. I do kind of like that concept. That relieves a lot of pressure off of me. And of course, he's got a driver's license. He's got a cell phone. I mean, you know, these are just basic things that most everybody has. By the mere fact that he is training to be a pilot, trainer, that tells you a lot about somebody right then and there. So, you know, now I'm not going to say everyone, but most people that are training to become a pilot, an airline pilot, of any form, they're usually overachievers. I mean, that's just, and you're not going to get a guy like that out here for any long period of time, you know, because, well, this is not what they see themselves doing if they are going to pilot school. Now I'm sure that there have been people in the past that, you know, said, man, I kind of like, you know, cutting grass. But make no mistake, most pilots are overachievers. So I've never had an overachiever out here, not ever. So we're gonna see what Duke can do. I'm gonna bring him out tomorrow. I'm hoping, if we don't get more rain, we're not supposed to, and we're probably gonna get over there on that 71 acres and start cutting that. And then we don't cut the 71 acres, that's just the nickname for the property. And kind of get familiar with him and everything, and yeah, put him on a lawnmower. And I got a lot of cuts, and I don't need a lot of confusion and complications. Justin said that what Justin wants me to do is he wants me to give him a list and put him in the other truck and send him on his way. He doesn't want to work with anybody. He doesn't want to work with Cam. He doesn't want to work, you know, and I can't let guys come out here and dictate that, especially when I'm not even in control of everything yet, because of the weather, the rain, and all that. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get some of the bigger stuff close by the house done tomorrow. Yeah, I got to. But I'm stoked about having another guy come out here, and I don't know if he wants to be on video or not. He is. He has. I did send him a link to my channel. Most guys, just about every guy that comes out here, I let them know that I do a YouTube channel, and they don't have to be in the videos at all. So that's why I'm not saying his name. That's why I'm not, you know, yeah. So the goal for the part-timer will be, at first, I just want to get familiar with him. He's got 7 years experience, so that's going to be pretty good, of running his own gig, so that's going to be pretty good. So, you know, it's going to be pretty good. But just having another, after talking to him quite a few times, just, I don't want to say it in a derogatory way, but just having another adult out here is a big deal for me. You know, now of course he's not going to know the properties, and he's probably going to do things, you know, the way he's always done them. And then we'll just have to see what how the way he been doing things. But he doesn't strike me as someone that wastes time. So if he's an overachiever of that mindset, then we're probably going to be doing things pretty close to the same. You know, I mean, just, you know, overall, he's going to probably, you know, more than likely be pretty efficient with his time. Most guys that are overachievers, they are. So he's going to be pretty efficient with his time. Then it's just about, you know, me showing him the expectations on the properties, and I'm going to try to ride with him, man, for the remainder of the season. Well, I mean, we ain't even really got into the season yet. We're not even in June yet. So, but I'm gonna need him for sure, because it's fixing to get crazy out here, really crazy. So, because next week it's not supposed to rain all week, and that's gonna be really nice. So what else I got, y'all? I'm stoked, man. You know, and I even though Cam and I have been doing really good for where we're at, and I've been on the fence about bringing the second truck, you know, out, but all this rain has forced me to make a move, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to catch up and get everything back like I want them. But I see, like I said the other day, I see it as a huge opportunity for me to be able to, you know, be able to redefine everything, if that makes sense. Okay, y'all, so I'm out here. Y'all see where I put the blower right here? Still got to be careful, man. I mean, because when you lift this up, I mean, you know, you don't want to break nothing. So I might be able to, I mean, I could always move this toolbox up, you know. That mower right there is the 24 horsepower, and this mower here is the 29. I'm going to be using the 29 over here. It is super wet, so just being able to get this one out of the way is critical. I'm going to grab the weed eater, and y'all know I like to, when I'm on these properties that I do all the time, I like to weed eat first. So then, especially when I'm solo, so then I can move everything out of the way and all that kind of thing. I don't know that I'll get any footage of me weed eating, but I'm finna grab the weed eater right here and get to stepping. So yeah, but I think this right here is gonna work pretty good. I have seen, I think Shane over there at DLT, he picks the nozzle up and puts it behind the thing. And I may end up doing that. That may be the best thing to do. I could put it on this side right here too. It's another thing. But see, I don't like it on the, I just don't like it where the nozzle can be on the, you know, over the floor of the trailer, because it just seems like if it can get ripped out, it will. So yeah, I've had a lot of problems with the blower on the, you know, there and where I did have this one. One of the things that's happened over the years is this part right here, it goes down and it'll rub against the tire if the guys are not paying attention. And trust me, they're not paying attention. Never, ever, ever. So I'm gonna grab a weed eater and I'm gonna go weed eat. I am gonna have to, I might just go on and take this mower to the back there. So I do have an area back there that I don't know how wet everything's gonna be. It's gonna be really wet though. I could tell by just where I cut this right here and where I brought the truck around. So without further ado, I'm gonna put y'all on a charger for a minute. So when I do get to the mower, we can get a little bit of mowing footage. But other than that, it's just me gonna grab the weed eater and go around to the pool area. So police are sitting in the cubby hole over there. But if I can redefine everything as far as what properties I'm doing here and what properties I'm doing there, and on day, like I said the other day, I can pick whatever properties I want to do and put them on whatever day I want them to be on. And that always coincides with the most efficient way. Considering that I lost that one on the $1 Million Street, you know, I lost that one. That kind of changed the dynamics of a few things, and I've taken on, you know, a few others. So, you know, since I started mowing, so now I can go back in and we'll be able to win because I'm going to definitely be moving properties around and all that. And then having another guy come out here, that's going to help. It's going to help a lot. So, and I'm not saying I won't use Justin. I will if he's available, but I'm not. I mean, he's not been able to be consistent enough for me to use on every day, and I don't need nobody every day. So, and I told, and it ain't about Justin or Cam or anybody. Don't having Cam out here. Well, that takes the place of needing another full-time guy. And Justin wants full-time, but I don't have full-time. I'm not going to have full-time work. I'm just not. I'm not signing up for that anyway. If I happen to, then cool. But I'm not really taking customers right now. But I'm not opposed to doing cleanups and stuff like that. If people call me for storm cleanup stuff, skid steer work. But right now I don't want to take on anything because I got to get through the work that I've already got. And I don't really know. I don't really know if I'm even going to be able to catch up. I got to be able to catch up some before I take on any more work. I don't take on a bunch of work when I don't have, when I'm not even caught up on my regular, stuff. Take on anything else. Now, if a neighbor walks up to me and I'm at one of my lawns, then that's different. But as far as just straight taking on new customers, lawn maintenance, that's about the only way I'm going to get a new lawn maintenance customer right now. Now, there are other jobs that we can do, but there's no timetable on that stuff. Like, I have not talked to the lady while I looked at the big shrub in the backyard yet. I haven't even talked to her. But after yesterday, and when I was trying to get Justin to come out, and I couldn't get him on the phone, I started feeling around, and to some people that I've been talking to about coming out here, and I'm going to let this guy come out here. So I don't need an everyday guy. I just need somebody perfect, man, part-time. And this guy is more structured and stuff. So, he'll be able to, he knows exactly what days he has to be at his other job. And he's been very proactive. So, and I can plan around that. What I can't plan around is all the unknown variables. Oh, I don't feel good today, or this or that. Car don't start. Guys in the past, man, they make it impossible for me to really make top dollar. I make good, supposed to, but I'm all about making that the top dollar. And I really haven't been able to make top dollar this year yet doing the mowing, because of all the variables. Having a new guy out here, one truck, blah blah blah. We ain't been able to really get. I mean, we've been overachieving. Don't get me wrong, for what we one truck and inexperience, but that's not going to be something that is sustainable in my eyes, because I'm not going to want to do that. I don't want to not be making top dollar, and I'm damn sure not going to be worried about getting things done and all that. guys coming to work and all that. Because I know the cam's not in charge of his, he's not in charge of whether he has a ride or not. He's not running nothing on that front. So it's just a matter of time before I start having issues with him coming to work. And me and him have had talks, and he doesn't really want to work out here every day. That's what he told me anyway. He might want to work every day next week because he probably ain't got no money. But he probably not. Probably not. I got to get another guy on the other truck, and I've been saying that for, you know, I've been on the fence about running the other truck or not. Well, why is that? Because I ain't got nobody to run the other truck. You know, I ain't got nobody reaching out to me talking about, yeah, I want to run the other truck. You know, that can do it, that can be at work, that doesn't have all the off the field issues that a lot of guys that I've had out here has. Of course, you know, you never know. Okay, y'all, I got this one done. You know, I mean, it's really wet, so you know, I texted Justin earlier telling him about, you know, me hiring, you know, gonna bring the other guy out there this week and everything. He has not responded. See, that's why I went on and hired a part-timer. Because, like, I don't like guys that want me to pay them, you know, and, you know, want to work, and then they don't answer the texts. You know, they don't answer the phone, they don't answer the text, and then, you know, and I know they got their phone in their hand, you know, or they should. At least they do when I'm around them. Okay, y'all, so the last time I was over here, y'all remember or the time before, I had a couple guys come in the comments and was making fun of the way I cut this yard, you know, going around and around the house. This is the backyard of that property that you're talking about. Now, why in the world, this is what I'm gonna tell you why I go round and round. Because you see, I don't know if you can see all these roots, look. Now what do I look like going across all this stuff, turning around and coming back, turning around and coming back, turning around and coming back? Why would I do that? Because you got big roots everywhere, and they're all down in here too. So this way I do it is I just tell me a faster way than the way that I'm doing it. Yeah, a faster way. Obviously it doesn't have to be beautiful back here. So if you cut, so I guess what I really want to know is, for all the guys that are saying, you know, that's dumb as hell to go around and around, do you think cutting this back and forth back here with my big mower is fast? And look, I mean, everywhere you go there's roots, so every time you turn around you might hit a root. Well, really, you'll hit a root anyway, man, going right. No, because I'm going round and round, and I'm seeing everything going that way, and I'm not turning around and grabbing a root and maybe slinging it at the house or whatever. You just never know. Not to mention, it's very bumpy back here, very uncomfortable. You know, trying to go back and forth back here, I mean, there's not enough space really to do it without marking it up. And so that's why I cut it like this. It's just so much easier. So much easier. No thinking. We don't want to have to think about every little bitty thing out here. Well, we want to have to think about everything, but we want to make some stuff just default. This is by default. I'm gonna cut it this way because why? Because it is by far, I said by far, the most efficient way to cut this property. By far. Ain't even close. How bumpy it is. Y'all didn't root. The mowers are designed to go forward. You can go backwards, but you're always going to be better going forward. Why in the world I want to come right here and turn around on this stuff? And I don't expect some of you haters to think like a G does. I don't expect it. Back here. Why would I want to do that? Another big ass root. I can see them all. Being down in here turning and all that, you're Now I want all you Exmark haters to look at this. Not one scraggler. I'm cutting it on a 2. Y'all see that? A 2. And y'all see how thick and tall it is. Not no scragglers nowhere. Do you see one anywhere? I do not. And these blades, well, these blades on this mower, they've been on here, well, for the last, about $1,000 with them. I don't know how many hours or whatever, but that's about the last time these blades are the aftermarket blades. and I haven't changed these blades in over $1,000 in mowing. Over $1,000. I don't really look at how many hours the mower runs because I always forget. But I know about how much money I made. I know what day I changed the blades. So it's about time to change them. After tomorrow, I will change the blades on both the mowers. But you see all the stuff that I have cut in the last freaking month. And look at this. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. I said yeah. Yeah.